Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XII. We're doing hunts. We only have one more hunt left before Yasmet. Yasmet will be done much later than now. But this one is the Seer. Has 4 other meanies with it. Meet with me to hear the rest, Kupo. Of course, he is the petitioner, so we will listen. This creature and its minions hide within the Pharos at Ritterana, specifically the lowest floor of the Subterra. Now this is the Shadowseer, or the Seer as the game calls it. It summons the 4 bosses of Pharos, so the 3 guardians of the upper floors and the Phoenix. In order to get to the bottom floor of the Subterra, it is required to defeat all 4 of these bosses, and fill in all of the pedestals with black orbs to light up the floors and gain access to it on the elevator itself, because the elevator is the only way to traverse. So if you have not already done that, you will need to do that before doing this hunt. I have a video where we run around like an idiot in the Subterra. Unfortunately, there was an audio issue, so there was no game sound for it, but I ran around like an idiot for that, so if you would like some assistance with that, I have a video for that. I have a video for basically everything. But yeah, so that's how you get access to that. It's called Hell's Challenge in this version. I believe in the original version it was called Heaven's Challenge. Something like that, but I have already defeated the Phoenix, unless my save file is bollocksed up. I'm pretty sure I have. So we should have access to the unknown floor. Unless the game hates me, which is a possibility. Ah, here we are. Welcome to the unknown floor. This floor is only accessible during the hunt. I think it's only accessible during the hunt. There's nothing down here, it's just a circle, as you can see. He's basically impossible to see when you spin the camera, it's real crazy. Anyway, there he is. You should dispel him quickly at the start of the fight. Here somewhere, there it is. But he is not the major challenge in this fight. As you can see, he has apparently he can use Shining Ray too. He has very little health. He doesn't do much. He does, however, have access to Break Art Pentagram, which does triple damage to summons, which means it will one-shot your summons. It has an extraordinarily high potency, and it has a triple damage to summons. I think it'll only be used on summons. But do bear in mind, if you do a summon, he will kill it. So don't bother. Arise, my servant, arise. Now, what we want to do here is at this point, we are actually going to change our gambits because we no longer want to hit the Shadowseer. If we continue hitting the Shadowseer, we are going to die. I don't think they have higher max HP than the Shadowseer, actually. So we're just going to do party leader's target, and we're going to manually target with Ash. We'll set this to party leader's target, dude, just for now. I mean, she won't target anything on her own. Oh, he makes himself immune. That's fair. This makes sense. No, I want you to attack Pandemonium. It says party leader target, I know, but like it's just attack Pandemonium. That's all I care about right now. Why does she keep attacking the Shadowseer? Does she have another gambit I'm not aware of somewhere around here? Party leader's target, no. If I do highest max HP, what does she target? Does she still target the Shadowseer? She's not targeting anything yet, so I gotta wait a second here. She does still target the Shadowseer. That's rather annoying. So I'm actually just going to turn off her attack gambit because she's just going to keep being an idiot and will never get anything killed. It does also have access to invert, which is highly likely to kill somebody. Please. Attack Pandemonium. Oh, it's because he has Reflect, isn't it? That's why. That's why. Oops. So who does have the highest max HP? He still does. Alright, well. At least we figured out the problem on why she keeps attacking freaking... No, he doesn't have Reflect. I don't know why she keeps attacking him. Just... keep going. Trying to let it die. She keeps getting invert cast on her, which is rather irritating. Unfortunately, he does also know Firga, he also knows the Spellga, so we're gonna spend like 90 hours apparently here. Please stop. The Shadowseer is no longer immune to things, but we of course still don't want to hit him because if we do, she's just not attacking anything consistently now, which is strange. Why is she doing that? I want you to attack. Attack the giant turtle, please. It's immune to something. What is it immune to? It's immune to physical. Because it's Pandemonium, of course it's immune to physical. God damn it. I hate this fight. I very much hate this fight. Unfortunately, he's just going to keep doing this too, so... What can we do? In order to get them to automatically attack the proper thing. I'm not actually sure. Nearest, furthest, no. Nearest visible, targeted by ally. Man, I don't think there's an easy way to do this. To get their gambits set up that they'll automatically attack the right target for me, so we're gonna have to manually do all of this garbage. Fran's HP and MP are inverted. This is good for keeping our MP up, but bad for surviving, unfortunately. Are you guys immune to Toxify and stuff? Possibly. You are, and you are, of course you are. Why wouldn't you be? We should be getting healed, so I shouldn't need to worry about that. What about Sap? You immune to that too? You are, but he is not, but it didn't apply, so I'm not going to bother, so we're just going to go back to using Flare. Oh, he's using Perfect Defense, good. Great, that's what I wanted. Anyway, welcome to this fight. Shadowseer is no longer immune. Which doesn't matter, because I really want to kill the turtle before we continue killing the Shadowseer. Oh, Fran's actually attacking now, so she's doing her job properly. Took her a while, but hey. Shadowseer will just mostly wander around and occasionally attack people and then cast magic and stuff. Oh, he's immune to stuff, and he keeps reapplying it, I think. It's just... Is it because he's immune? She just kind of stops attacking? He's no longer immune. What? Oh, don't die. We live, okay. It said he's no longer immune, or was that the Shadowseer? They're doing damage, but Ash is not. Oh, because she has a holy weapon. Right. She's not doing damage because her weapon is holy elemental and he is immune to holy. I'm not very smart, don't mind me. It's okay. Go ahead and queue up another flare. Thankfully this thing is almost dead. We're taking our sweet freaking time killing it. Should give Ash a better weapon and that'll probably help tremendously, but I don't really want to unequip her weapon and then equip a different weapon, so we're just going to do this the flare based way. Should be this last cast. Here we go. So we're back to fighting the freaking Shadowseer now. Hi, friend. He will summon our friend Fenrir. Or not Fenrir, Slit. Fenrir is the third one he summons. Oh, right, you're immune to... Oh, you're not immune to fire, though. Aha! Just set your damn back to whatever it was. What did I have? Lowest HP. So this one back on. You guys, it doesn't really matter what you do at this point. Right now we're going to mostly be casting Fire-Raga. Why does she keep attacking? Because I keep seeing attack come up. Is she actually attacking something, or is that just counter? Penelo loses a massive amount of HP. I know, unfortunately. There we go. Slit down. Arise, my servant, arise! There's Fenrir. Our old friend. Is he weak to any magic? I don't remember. Ow. You know what? We gotta do something with our gambits here, so freaking just attack something. I don't care what you guys are attacking. You'll probably most of the time be attacking the right thing anyway. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, Shadowseer, you're immune to all of the things, I'm aware. Stop saying it. Ow. Someone should be hitting it? Oh, there goes Firga. Firga is probably the most irritating thing, coupled with the fact that it knows Dispel. You know what, Ash? Fine, we'll give you a different weapon so you actually do damage. God. Probably helped tremendously, but there you go. Hooray, we're doing damage now. Let's speed it up. Same Fenrir we've fought before, so. Invert is probably the most dangerous thing here, but then couple Firga with Dispelga, and it becomes a very irritating fight because you constantly have to reapply buffs and then heal up people because their health drops down because of invert, etc., etc. So here is the fourth boss that it will summon, known as Phoenix, which we've fought before. No, please not that, the freaking Phoenix. Attack the Phoenix! Again, the Phoenix is flying, so preferably have someone with the capability of hitting airborne enemies in your party. I'm gonna die, I've died. Stop casting Invert, you piece of garbage. Cast Immobilize, I don't care, just stop casting Invert, you're god. Unfortunately, I have used my Elixir Berries to fight it the first time when I shouldn't have. I should have used it here, however I did not. So we have to fight it at its full power, whereas before we fought it at a weakened state. Apparently it has haste. I should remove that as soon as possible. Somebody, I don't know who. Fran, do you have enough to cast it? No, so it'll have to be Penelo, but Penelo's apparently occupied, being confused. Alright, Penelo, can you get a Dispel off on the Phoenix, because it's going to continue mauling us if we don't get this under control. Did we get it? We did. Alright. Back to casting Flare. Slowly whittle this thing down, because dear god. Now once this thing is dead, it will have nothing else to summon. It only summons those four, and then we can just kill it. The Shadowseer itself is relatively weak, as I've discussed. The biggest problem comes from the fact that you can't just burn it down. You have to actually kill 4 bosses before you can fight the Shadowseer. It's almost dead. So is Ash, as it turns out. There we go. 4 bosses down. Oh. You have nothing else to arise, my friend. So now it is just him that we must fight. Ash just did quite a lot of damage there. He does have reflect damage, but it's not really a big issue. It's just to bear in mind you probably will have to heal people. He does still have invert. Apparently has meditate. I don't know what that does. It's basically the whole fight though. He's done at this point. We just have to survive long enough. He does have Scathe. I forgot to mention that though. When he gets crit health, it gets attack CT0 and magic CT0, so be aware of Scathe hitting your entire party and murdering people. So I'll face him this way, so it doesn't scathe everyone. That's basically it though. As long as we can survive his attacks here, he does get a defense up at crit health too. As long as we can survive his attacks at this point in the fight, it's not really a big deal. Because we can actually do damage to him, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, he dislikes us having MP, ever. So that's like 90% of the fight is not having MP. That's bad. There we go. Is he gonna use Scathe again? He seems to not want to. Speed it up. Seems to be fond of using Shock over Scathe, which is fine by me. There we go. Shadowseer has been defeated. Hooray. That boss is tedious. Especially if your gambits are uncooperative like mine were. Mostly because Pandemonium makes himself immune to everything, so you have two enemies beating the crap out of you who are both immune to everything. It's a rather irritating hunt. And the whole Dispelga plus Fearga thing, there's no way to counteract Fearga either, besides using ethers or elixirs or I shouldn't have actually physically run this way, but we're going this way now. Besides using ethers or elixirs or relying on charge to keep your MP usable, there's no way to counteract Fearga, so... Like, you can't make yourself immune to it, unfortunately. And there's no way to counteract invert besides having a heal pre-casted, because if you get inverted and don't have a heal pre-casted, it's fairly likely you're going to die. There's no way around that. Invert is technically a counterspell to Fearga because it does refill your MP to full, assuming you're not almost dead already. But it also kills you, so, you know, trade-offs. Such. Alright, welcome back to the clan hall. Hello, Mont Blanc. I have defeated your hunts. Except for Yasmat, which we're going to do at a different time, because it's a tedious and long process. The Shadowseer? Astonishing. Well hunted, so we get 2 Mega Elixirs and 20,000 gil. How far is the hunt Kupo? So he has no hunts. We need not to worry about that. We will have access to Yasmat when the time comes. But for now, that's it from me. What do we have left to do? In terms of hunts, we have just Yasmat. We also have the rare hunt the Hunt Club side quest, which I will be doing. That'll be separate. It'll still be in the hunt playlist probably, but that'll be a separate adventure. Probably every rare hunt will have its own video just because of how those are. We'll see. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.